All right, guys, we're back with the Saint Society. You got myself, Jochik, Justman, and Jagad, and we're doing a review on Black Adam.
Yes, sir.
You guys didn't know Black Adam's one of my favorite DC characters?
Just happened, actually.
No. It's been for a while. So one of the few comics I've actually read.
Starring Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson
Yeah.
as Black Adam.
How do you feel about that, by the way?
Like Dwayne?
Yeah.
I mean, we knew that he was gonna be Black Adam for so long.
So as an actor,
almost like 5-6 years.
So as an
No.
actor,
Even longer, low-key.
Dude, he's been
like 8 years.
I'm pretty sure he's had the role of Black Adam since 2007.
For so long. Yeah.
no, it was 2007. Yeah, he came
Was
out and
it?
he confirmed
Yeah.
it. So yesterday,
Yo, I swear it was like 2014,
I
2015.
looked.
I
So I researched it after he told me,
Yeah.
and yeah, it was 2007.
Yeah.
Dude, that is nuts. Imagine waiting for that role for or just waiting
You're waiting
Yeah.
for it to all
to actually
come together.
yeah.
Yeah, like him as Black
You know what?
Adam.
That kind of got me chopped then, because when you're looking at his performance as Black Adam,
The-
like,
okay,
but that's what I was
we'll
gonna
get
get
into that. I feel like we'll get into that. I just quickly want to say the score that
Yeah.
obviously
great. It was
Rotten
great.
Tomatoes.
you're
That's
talking
my
about that
baseline.
yeah.
It's usually just like kind of
I-
looking at audience and like critic rating.
I hate Rotten Tomatoes with
Same.
passion.
But so right now, but this is why I'm kind of surprised. Right now, the Rotten Tomato score out of 198 reviews, out of the critic score, is at a 42%.
Yeah, that's garbage.
And out of the audience score, out of 1,000 plus verified users, it is at an 88%.
yeah, that's much more better. Yeah, that's more in line with what like my
So
rating is.
But when you actually look at the average rating that like critics are giving the movie, it's at a 5.1 out of 10.
Yeah.
And then the audience rating is at an average of 4.3 out of 5.
Okay, yeah, so it's like 8.6.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's not like that's an 8.6. I feel like is more understandable, but I'm
Yeah.
kind of I wonder why the critics went so hard with it. I guess
There are a lot of
there
flaws.
are those issues.
I think it's because critics are probably looking more at like the technical aspects of a film,
Mhm.
and like this one really does lack
in
lot
a
of
few
technical
areas.
It does. It
Yeah.
does.
aspects. Like
Even storytelling.
So that's what I want. Okay, so let's just like the way they opened up the movie.
Yeah.
By the way, this is gonna be a spoiler-filled review.
Hell
so yeah, we're not.
we're gonna get
around.
we're gonna talk about everything that happens.
Viewers' discretion is advised.
Yeah, get into the mic.
Yeah,
into
yeah.
that. So when they opened up the movie and they had the narrator talking about basically Black Adam's kind of past and stuff,
Yeah.
I didn't like that. The
I-
voice they used was like a
It was a
kid,
kid.
It was
or like
the
a
supposed to.
kid.
It was supposed to be like
The kid, right?
the kid, but it could also be interpreted that it was like Black Adam's kid.
Kid, yeah.
Yeah, but it was just in that like I guess it's kind of like pushed with that plot afterwards where you realize that it's not actually the kid type
But-
of thing. But it was just the way like because you're like an audience member coming into it, and
Yeah.
it felt like it was like forced upon you in a way where like rushed kind of, and then also
Yeah.
it didn't
Because
like
remember, I looked over
it
at
didn't
you.
hold it didn't
I
hold,
looked over at you and I said, "It feels like they had like a longer cut of the movie,
yeah
and they had to just cut the whole beginning part of the
Yeah,
movie
and
and they just cut it down to narration."
I believe that
No,
I
because
hope so too.
the thing is, like, I think the reason why they chose
The kid.
a kid is because of his dark nature. Like, it was to show, like, you know how, like, kids have, like, hope for the world?
Mm-hmm.
And
Yeah.
they
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
you know what I mean? And he was, like, a person who kind of had
They had
lost
more
hope.
innocence,
just-
right?
Exactly, and he needed to, like, essentially, we see throughout the movie, that's the direction he needed to move.
Just comparing it. Well, one thing.
So I think that's probably why it started like that.
Also, it being a narrator, I was kind of hoping there'd be like subtitles and stuff to it too, just
Okay.
from a personal perspective. Because like, it's a narrator, like I mean, kind of want to hear, like, see what he's saying as well.
Yeah.
But
That's a
when
nitpick.
later on, when they had like Dr. Fate talk about
Yeah.
like when he's kind of talking to Black Adam in like his head and stuff,
Yeah.
and he's it's essentially like a narration going on.
Yeah.
That was way better because you could hear like
Yeah,
the
yeah.
bass in his voice
No,
and
100%.
everything.
Yeah.
And I feel like they should have just had Dr. Fate
narrate the
beginning.
That would have been crazy.
and that would have been sick.
It would have been so sick because
Yeah.
It
you know
wouldn't
what?
have worked.
You know what the
I don't
why
think
not?
it wouldn't
It wouldn't have
Why?
worked in the narrative that they're trying to give.
Why not?
Because the point of having the kid was for one, the innocence
Innocence
factor.
factor,
yeah.
Two, the factor is that you're thinking is it like Black Adam's kid that we're listening to? But then you come out of the narration, you realize
That's
that it's
true.
the actual kid. Like,
No, I get that too. Because I guess also because like throughout the whole
But
movie,
like
they were kind of.
but the way they could have done it, like the way I see you saying it, how like if Dr. Fate was narrating, it's because he saw the future.
True.
You know what I mean? Like it would play into his whole thing of like this is one of the futures.
Because also in the comics, like he's from like ancient Egypt or whatever. Like he's from like so long ago. Like he could have for sure been there and seen that.
Like Dr. Fate?
Like in a way, like Nobu could have like seen that stuff or whatever.
Yeah.
And been able to narrate that.
Yeah.
So that would have been nice to do it that way.
Yeah.
But I can understand from the kid perspective because especially like throughout the whole movie, they're kind of trying to push Black Adam to be a hero, but he's making that line distinct that he's not really a hero. But they're like it's like kind of going back and forth a little.
Yeah.
So
it's
not that bad, but it was just like when you're opening up into a movie, like just when I was watching, I was kind of just like, man, that's just the one like.
I don't know. I didn't really have an issue with that at all.
Yeah. And then like
it just felt weird.
Yeah, that's all it was. Because when I'm so used to narrators where like Morgan Freeman type of narrator. You know what I mean? Like you have like a
I definitely thought the movie was gonna progress in a different manner. Like the way it progressed, like it was like already showing his backstory, and then him already getting like they already started in like releasing him. You know what I mean?
True.
I thought he was gonna get released like
later
in the movie, or you know what I mean?
I was expecting a similar template to Man of Steel where they spend like 30 minutes in his backstory in ancient Egypt, and you kind of get a little bit of like his character after he got his powers. Yeah. But they kind of just cut and they kind of like splice it in between the whole movie, right?
The thing is like for 5,000 years he was trapped, right?
Yeah.
Around, give or take.
5,000, yeah.
Nobody was like, yo, let me go look what's inside this mountain and get this crown that's been unguarded and floating in this chamber for so long.
I think it was like a thing that nobody knew where it was.
I think part of it was
but if you were, but let's say you had 5,000 years,
they found the
and they hid it, right?
Yeah, sure.
But like it's 5,000 years. You're telling your descendants they're all going out and looking. Within the 5,000 years, somebody would have found it.
But do you think that part of it is like a mythical sort of aspect to it?
Well, they're like, oh, it can't be true.
They didn't believe it. And they did see that at the beginning where they were like, oh wow, like the story of the champion was actually real. Yeah. Because they always thought it was like a legend. Like they didn't think it was actually real. Right. And then also like, you know, as the world is now, like now that they have the information of like artifacts and stuff, like stuff from like past civilizations, they're actually like looking, and they also showed like the occupation of Intergang and stuff. Yeah. So like they were forced to not.
That was actually kind of cool.
Look at stuff.
Like there was like some separate plot that
I was getting some like Tron vibes from that like motorcycle.
It was sick though. I thought it was dope. The thing is, this movie gave me X-Men vibes.
Kind of, yeah. I can believe that.
Like the highest degree of X-Men vibes, bro. They're at like this old ass, looks like almost like mansion. This jet emerges out of the thing. Yeah. They're a team.
Yo, their jet was cool,
bro. But that's literally like an X-Men vibe, bro. And then it's these guys land into Egypt. Like, bro, you're gonna tell me this is not X-Men Apocalypse, but better?
It was good. And the other thing is, okay,
like they even hit the slow motion the same.
There was the director from Moon Knight. Yeah. Like this was before when like we had just seen like basically an alpha trailer type of thing of Black Adam. He was kind of shitting on the director. Because he was saying, oh, like, they use a yellow filter, and they hate, and, like, a lot of people hate that they use, like, a yellow filter on movies to show that they're in, like, Egypt, or, like, in, like, a kind of, like, third world country, or, like, Mexico, or whatever. Yeah. And then, like, watching it, I was kind of happy that they never even had that filter.
Yeah, they stripped it away.
Yeah. So...
They also took the shot of Black Adam floating between the two.
The two, yeah.
Out of it.
I feel like there is an extended cut, and I feel like we'll see that on the Steelbook or something.
I feel like part of it it actually might have been the visceral reaction of just like fans. Yeah. Because fans didn't like it to the jet scene. Like,
what was the jet scene?
He was in between two jets, and then he kind of like goes in, like I think breaks a wing off one of them or something.
Oh. And like it just didn't look right.
It wasn't but I think it's more so like trying to fit it into like a 2-hour movie.
Mm-hmm. True.
And it'd be nice if it was like a 2.5 hour cut of this movie. Like that'd be nice. Yeah. Especially because like there were parts where like the story just felt kind of like rushed or forced in like a little bit, right?
Yeah. I mean, okay, so I'm gonna just quickly say how I felt. I felt like the movie wasn't like bad, but I also didn't think it was great. Like it was a fun experience for sure. It was a fun experience.
I think it was a really good experience.
When you just like sit back, you got your popcorn in your hands. You're just like, you know.
It was nice watching. Like I think because we had 10 people go, and everyone enjoyed the movie.
Yeah.
Right, like nobody was like this will waste my time.
Yeah.
But then right? You like actually when you do look at the technical aspects of the movie, like the story lacked.
The story did lack.
It felt generic. The third act felt generic. It was.
You think so? I like
the amount of times we've seen heroes come together because some big CGI villain or whatever comes up to
That's
bring everybody together to fight them.
Bro.
I was kind of expecting that crown that they had. Mm-hmm. I was just waiting like when he's gonna wear it.
Yeah.
And I like that like he didn't actually get to wear it, that he died and like death completed the transition.
Mm-hmm.
And then like he like became this hell monster like what is Sabbath? I don't know.
Some shit like that. But
some satanic monster.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dr. Fate was definitely like
like yesterday
we're coming back.
We're having a conversation and I kept saying Saint Nick.
Saint Nick.
And they kept hearing Saint Nick like Christmas.
We're like, yo,
Saint
what do you
Nick?
mean Saint Nick? Bro?
And I'm like, anything like satanic.
Is how you pronounce it. This guy's like, yo, well, he's like, no way, that's how you pronounce that word.
Rattled the guy.
Yeah.
I just kept saying it like over and over again, and nobody's understanding me. And I'm like, yo, like you know how you have Satan, like Saint Nick. Like,
no, bro, like. Right, bro. I'm like, yo, you're talking about Santa Claus, Saint Nicholas, like, bro,
Saint Nick. But no, getting back a little bit on track. Dr. Fate was personally my favorite part of the movie.
Yeah,
100%. I think
Pierce Brosnan absolutely killed the role.
He was my favorite part.
The fact that he dies at the end.
Yeah,
it hurt.
It hurt you. I know.
I was so sad because. Like we were talking about, like, yo, we could just have like a younger Dr. Fate come in,
exactly, and experience,
But dude, the way that Pierce Brosnan was able to like,
just so
like, yo, it's like one of those
he
things.
Took the role.
He took the role.
Yeah.
You give it to somebody else, they're not gonna be able to fill in the shoes
like
what Pierce Brosnan. And that's in like one movie,
like,
and he's not even the main character.
So now that we're talking about Dr. Fate, like the dynamic between Dr. Fate and Hawkman,
crazy.
That was so well done, and it was great. It was dope because like
on the note of Hawkman. Great cast, great actor.
And like I'm happy they went with like first like obviously like a person of color first of all, because like that it just makes more sense, because like if they had like a white man come and play it, I could have let them like.
Is this Hawkman? Because like isn't Hawkman from he's like
Egypt
off planet?
as well?
No, he's off planet. Is he not?
No, there was like a thing where. Well, I don't know if there's a different.
They're a different race, right? Aren't there different?
There was a thing with Hawkman and Hawkgirl where they were kind of like in love, and they got cursed to kind of roam the earth without ever kind of being able to be together, type of thing.
Yeah, but weren't they originally from another planet?
I'm not sure about that. Oh. I think it was more so like an ancient Egypt thing.
No, because I swear it was
because
like
they were related, like that those two, like
because it was like the
Hawkman, Hawkgirl, Dr. Fate, and Black Adam are all related through like the fact that they're from ancient Egypt, and like they kind of like go like, way back type of thing.
But sorry, speaking of Dr. Fate, the one thing that I didn't like about Dr. Fate was that because Nobu is Dr. Fate, right?
Yeah, like the helmet.
We didn't really see
like what his power essentially is.
No,
like,
and also like you really think that because in iterations of Dr. Fate that I've seen, he is very unlikely to give up his body because he needs somebody who's of good magic power
like
to like wield him.
Yeah,
right. Okay. So in the scenario where he's like, "Yo, I'm gonna give up my life,"
it'd be like
I think it was
he would have taken over and be like, "No, I'm not doing that."
I think the way
you know what I mean. So and like we never saw that like because transition. It was just him putting on the helmet, using his powers, and then taking it off. We never actually saw Nobu.
I feel like a part of that was just that because he mentioned like he had Nobu for 100 years.
Yeah.
So I think a part of that was just that like Nobu like let Kent like kind of do his thing.
Right, but like it's
like
not.
So,
they work together.
But it should have been communicated to the viewer.
But because they did mention a couple of times where like he puts on
I feel like
the helmet and he's totally different, and you kind of saw like times where he wasn't actually there. Because like Nobu's showing him visions or something type of thing.
Yeah.
So like
I think the issue is like because it's not his movie for one.
Yeah.
Two, you're trying to fit in so many characters into one movie.
So many.
That like you try to explain his power and like the Nobu aspect of everything.
Yeah.
You might confuse the viewers.
For sure.
How did you like the Justice Society being kind of like a Suicide Squad for Amanda Waller? Did you like? I personally didn't mind that actually.
I felt like it wasn't that they were Suicide Squad. It was like because like just she likes to call in favors a lot.
Yeah.
And I feel like that was one of the situations where like Hawkman probably owed her one.
Yeah.
And she was just like, "This is the one I'm gonna call it."
I kind of like that they're putting it in like it's in present day, we still have the Justice League.
Yeah.
But like, it would have been nice to have a movie where it was kind of set like back earlier.
In the day. Yeah,
and it would have been
what I was kind of expecting.
And it would have been Justice Society. And
going into the movie, that's what I thought.
And then because by the end of that movie, I was thinking maybe Black Adam's locked up, and then like from there, something in recent events, like post-credit scene or something, would have brought him out, right? Mm-hmm. And especially with the timing with Shazam and stuff, but like this works out too. Like it's still like I like the way that they fit it in.
It felt in a way seamless.
Yeah.
So I'm not mad at it.
Yeah, that's one thing I like. And then even like Black Adam's entrance, like when they first get him out of the prison or the tomb.
Yeah.
Dude, that shit was crazy.
Just crazy.
Like I'm happy they kept with like the DC style of like fast
filming
movement.
Yeah.
That shit was nuts. And even better actually, because there were moments where, like when he flung a dude and he had his arm
still.
He still had his arm. Like
that shit was crazy.
He doesn't know his own power. Like he's just going. Like he's just kind of. Oh man,
that was sick. The way they show his super speed and everything too.
Everything, yeah. And the way like he had like multiple guys hitting him at once, and he's doing all kinds of things at once, and then after it's like they all happen at the same time, type of thing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
That's what
frame
it.
Yeah, that's what I was talking about.
That's
what I was talking about. The whole X-Men vibe.
Vibe, exactly.
The Quicksilver.
Yeah.
But speaking of Black Adam, The Rock.
Yeah.
I felt like The Rock did a pretty good job. Obviously, he had a lot of time to prepare.
Yeah.
He looked fantastic. That's for sure.
Oh, he looked amazing. He looked amazing. Even the CGI that they did to make him look slimmer from back in the
like. He was just off cycle.
No, no, I'm serious though. Like, cause I was looking at it and I really turned and I'm like, yo, there's no way that he actually went through that like weight loss.
Yeah.
No,
right.
No.
So and you couldn't really tell that like the CGI like it wasn't out of place or anything.
Yeah,
so it was nice.
But on the note of The Rock, like in this movie, like a lot of Rock movies, it didn't feel like he was playing The Rock.
Yeah,
at least
there were
moments.
There were
moments, but I feel like that was a writing issue and not an acting issue.
Exactly, I just think so too. Because one thing is, I feel like Black Adam should have been his language. He should have been speaking more so similar to like just olden day type of thing.
Yeah. But then remember, we had this conversation outside. After.
Yeah, like the argument could be made that like. Because he has the powers of the gods, he has the wisdom, so he can speak in current English tongue.
Like
so it's like
in terms of like just like the writing aspect, I feel like the sort of charisma of like The Rock comes out in those like lines that you're talking about.
I feel that.
Because of writing, but like we were also talking about this that like in any like Black Adam iteration we've seen, he's not as reasonable
100%
as he's been shown in this movie. Like, he's a lot more cutthroat from
what I
remember.
Exactly. No, he is. Because I guess like the stakes are usually a little bit different from like at least from the comics I read, where all he really cared about was like either the girl that he loved, bringing her back, or Kahndaq itself, and he wants to save it, and just that's all he cares about. And I think they did convey where like
how much he cares.
The aspect that like he just wants Kahndaq, and if the world leaves him alone, he'll just stay there. And even at the end, like with Amanda Waller saying like, oh, like this is your prison now.
Yeah,
it works with how like the comics kind of had it. Like they just because they know he's so strong that they can't do anything about it. But they're like, just stay here and we won't have a problem and we won't even touch your area type of thing. So I kind of like that at least. Like it was
sure.
It worked out.
I don't know. I just that's what I was saying. Like sometimes, he felt like The Rock. Like especially like that last scene.
Yeah, he did.
When Atom Smasher was like. Maybe we could team up.
Yeah.
And then he's like, don't push it. You're like, yo, that's The Rock.
Yeah,
right
like Black Adam wouldn't talk like that.
Yeah.
And personally, I can hearing now that he had like the script or like he had the role since 2007.
Yeah.
I feel like he could have done like he had so much time to prepare that he could have maybe even done like some type of accent or something to like make it more have that Black Adam feel.
Yeah. But regardless of his acting in the role, what he did for the DC universe is insane.
Amazing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like just that alone is enough for him to be like, yo, it's all good.
I mean, just having him in the universe is like is massive because
he's pushing so many agendas.
So many agendas. Like he's for one, he's an actor. He loves to entertain.
Yeah.
But then on another note, he's a businessman.
Yeah. Exactly.
And like so when you put those two things together, he's gonna know how to push like a narrative in a way that like helps us fans, right?
Yeah, 100%.
And especially for himself, like I think he like really enjoyed playing Black Adam.
Yeah.
And I think like he really wants to see like the DCEU actually be like as expansive as the MCU.
Yeah.
And he wants to have like those multiple movies where like he's in there even as a cameo or whatever, and being able to like work alongside those other actors and have like a Endgame Infinity War type of thing. Yeah. So I think like just the fact that they brought him in, it's gonna be nice for the DC.
The only other thing is like I thought like when they did the whole reveal that his son was the one that gave him his powers.
I like that.
And then he's like yo say Shazam. Yeah. Or like he says Shazam. Yeah. I thought they were gonna merge into one body.
Exactly. Me too.
I thought they were one body. Like it was how to like that one origin of Black Adam.
So for those of you guys who don't know, like in one of the origin stories for Black Adam, he's actually two people. It's like an old like uncle type of person, and then like a little kid, and then they become Black Adam when they say Shazam, and then Black Adam's not really like Shazam, where he doesn't say Shazam. He stays in that body for like millions of years, essentially, thousands of years.
Because what happened was
he has a debuff, no, when he does say Shazam.
Well, it's like the thing is like. At least what I noticed was like he ages back to like how he is, and there's that one like Black Adam comic. I forgot the name of it, but he's kind of roaming the earth because what they did was they changed his key phrase of saying Shazam to turn into Shazam or into Black Adam. Yeah, and they changed it to like ice cream, like something that he wouldn't even know what it is. Yeah, and then so he's wandering the earth for years as like an old man, just like, and this is like you see like a lot of character like. Insight, I guess, where he's just looking for this tomb and he's trying to bring back his like wife or person he loved, and then he finds out that he got scammed and stuff, and then like eventually like along the way he ends up at like an ice cream shop and he's just hungry, and then he like orders the ice cream, and it ends up being the ice cream that like gives him his powers back. Wow. Yeah, and he's like, because it's like very like because Billy Batson's the one who did it, and it ends up being Billy Batson's like favorite ice cream or something. Oh, okay. So it's just it's like super califragilistic. I feel like it's like that type of shit, like yeah. But that one did a lot for his character. Like that's where you really get to see like he doesn't care about the rest of the world. He just cares about those like two things essentially, and like I like that he had no morals though. The way he was just killing everyone.
Yeah, bro. Dude. The suit,
because we got to see like everyone. Shazam and like Superman. Yeah, but they're like so like they're good people. Yeah, you will never get them to see them shredding people like that. Yeah. So like it's nice to see him do that.
The suit.
Yeah,
so nice.
It's nice. And it progressively got better.
Throughout the movie, you could tell that it kept changing subtly. Yeah, and then at the end we got the full power Black Adam, and like he has the full actual gold and like black get up.
I think so like okay, this is like. I guess like a tangent, but like back in like grade 10, you know how like in like the beginning of like classes and you have to do like a little intro or something. Yeah. One of my intros was like one of my like this is my favorite one of my superheroes, and it's Black Adam, and it's like a page of Black Adam where he has the cape on. Yeah. And it's like all this lightning, and you can't really see his face that well. Yeah. And then when I saw that he had the cape like in the intro, I was just like, this is sick. Like, the whole time I was just so happy.
Love the hood, man. Yeah. So the hooded cape. Yeah. So nice.
That's a steelbook. Like I know it has its problems, but it's just it did so well. Otherwise, like
another one of my problems now that you say problem, human elements. Yeah, I wasn't fucking with like the
kid.
So the kid was like weird in the beginning. He was alright.
He was nice, yeah, like skateboarding.
But then the whole time I was just like, this is a Freddy ripoff.
Freddy,
Billy Batson's.
Oh yeah.
Foster brother.
Kind of.
Exactly
the same.
But then what? I feel like it's not bad because it's to show the similarities between Shazam and Black Adam, because they're gonna eventually have that fight.
Because we know he's supposed to be like the innocent kid, and he's supposed to show Black Adam how the world is essentially being what his son was for him. Yeah. Right. Yeah. But I think they could have handled it better. Like he was essentially the same thing where he's like superhero nerd who like knows everything about superheroes. Who's like, yo, you need a catchphrase.
They literally gotta change your name.
Yeah, literally the exact same thing.
I didn't like that aspect of it too. But I did like that his consideration of those things, because afterwards, when you find out that he's actually like the dad, and like just like the fact that there's like a kid and he's like trying to like oh, you should do this, and he's actually considering those things, and then he's like, kind of like screwing it up obviously along the way, but it's like I like that he's trying, and then he has like that soft spot for the kid because of that.
So, right? But I think it's actually there's like a subtle, I guess Easter egg or something. Yeah. That you see when they have the flashback when you see his wife die. Yeah. And you see them like execute his son. Yeah. Or they're about to execute his son. Yeah. When they kill his wife, she's wearing the necklace.
Yeah, and that's
the same necklace that the main female protagonist is wearing.
Oh, is it?
It's the same necklace, and she said it's been passed down through generations.
I didn't
that means that they're actually his descendants.
Yeah.
In some way,
so it could be. Yeah.
So then his also like his wanting to protect them could have been some sort of kinship where he's like, yo, like I feel family.
She's also like a kind of like an, I guess, look like an archaeologist.
But she explains like it literally in the beginning.
It was like a family heirloom.
It got passed down from her grandma.
Yeah.
So that makes sense why he wanted to protect them so much too.
But it's like the subtlest thing. Like they never actually touch.
But they don't. That's actually kind of cool though. Yeah. I like that they like didn't have to touch on that. Like it's like if you noticed it, you noticed it.
Yeah.
But like just like in term like just generalizing the human elements of this movie.
Yeah.
Like obviously you need like the narrative of like the oppression.
Yeah.
And everything, but like I just didn't really care about like the main human characters. Like they didn't really give me anything in the film. I didn't care about them, right? Like anytime that they were there, I was like, other than the fat
guy was sick.
He was funny.
He was funny. Yeah, he was funny. He was dope.
But then like when the kid's on screen and when the mom's on screen, I never really gave a fuck. I was just like, whatever, bro.
I like the mom being on screen because she like it's just cause the fact that she's a history buff. It seemed like she knew so much stuff about Black Adam.
But she didn't.
Yeah, like
Hawkman had to tell her, like, yo, he actually.
But in the way, like coming into it, I was like, maybe we're gonna like learn a lot of Black Adam stuff through her.
Yeah.
So like, I was kind of just like intrigued every time she was kind of on screen in that sense.
The issue that I had with her was when they're all in the jet.
Yeah.
And they're like, yeah, we gotta like take the crown somewhere.
Yeah.
And then she's like, no, we gotta save my son.
And she stopped both
the
of
fact
them.
that she was able to strong arm all of them to be like, no, we're saving my son.
Yeah.
That
was kind of weird.
That part there kind of took me out of the film because I was like, yo, they can easily just stop her in any way they want.
The way I was seeing it though was like, because she had the crown, I thought like if worst came to worst, like she would have just put the crown on. Yeah. And that's what and I think that's maybe what they were coming from as well. Yeah, like because she held the crown and like obviously like Justice Society's not gonna like rip it out of her hands.
Yo, Dr. Fate.
Yeah, he could have done some
everything.
Shit.
He could do everything.
But also because Dr. Fate saw the way it planned out.
Yeah.
There's a reason why he wasn't like speaking up and doing things.
No, that's
right?
true. That's true.
Yeah, because we even saw that like ending, like that scene where Hawkman gets like stabbed. Like he didn't die. Like we thought he was gonna die, but he got stabbed.
The thing that I didn't like though was one, Eternium can stop Black Adam.
It wasn't really stopped. Actually,
it was kind of magic affecting him, right?
Yeah. No, but like because they couldn't break
that force field. That force field.
Oh yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So
and
hold on. Why did the main bad guy turn the force field off?
It's because
and then shoot the kid.
It's because
shoot the kid. Why didn't he just shoot the kid first and then allow Black Adam to go off in a fit of rage?
Yeah, I see what
he's saying. Dying regardless. He's dying.
But I think
literally that was just so useless. I think when that happened, I was hoping, I was like, you know what?
Yeah.
Fuck you, kid. I hope you die.
No,
like this is such bad writing.
But no, from that perspective though, it's because he took it down that Black Adam could rush in, and he shot him with an Eternium bullet. And when it hit his hand, I was expecting him to actually do some damage. So it's kind of rattled that it didn't do any damage.
It was an Eternium.
Yeah, because when you saw it like flying through the air, you could see like the blue
Oh really? The trails?
Yeah, not the blue trails. Like it's inside the gun and the bullet.
Mm-hmm.
You can see the blue energy.
No, but I'm saying like literally shoot the kid.
Yeah.
Undo the force field. He's gonna be mad the kid died. Same thing.
I would have thought the same thing, but because it was an Eternium bullet, I felt like he wanted Black Adam to come in and like stop it because he wanted it to hit him. That's the way I saw it.
Yeah.
Because I saw the Eternium.
Hit Black Adam?
Yeah, like he wanted
it. It makes no sense though.
It makes no sense.
What happens from that?
You want him to go off, not damage him.
Like I mean both. Like damaging him for later on, and then also like
did it do anything?
It didn't though.
Exactly.
And that's an issue, I guess.
Yeah.
But like I don't think the villain was flawed for thinking that. I think it was more like in like the story aspect, it should have done some damage to him.
No, I think he should have just kept the force field up and just killed the kid, killed the mom too. Literally, like there was nothing stopping him.
I guess
keep the uncle alive.
Yeah, he was really there, but nothing was stopping him. He could have just been like boom, boom.
But, yeah, I think the other thing was also that because he was kind of friends with her and stuff. I always like the whole time I kind of like in a way because
friends, but I'm gonna just shoot your son anyway.
Yeah.
But part of that I kind of thought like, you know, obviously he wants a crown and stuff, but it's like why is like he doesn't have hate for them in a way that he's gonna like.
No, but what he should have done is he should have shot one bullet at the kid, one at the mom, and then took
it out, and he had to choose.
Now he had to choose who had to.
That'd have been cool.
Yeah, exactly. Cool, like puts him in a moral dilemma.
Yeah, I think so too. Yeah, probably would have been better. Just better way to handle things, essentially.
Yeah. Also, like him turning into like a demon, was like what I found. Like, it was cool.
I liked it,
but I didn't think they showcased his power enough. He was just flames.
You know what would have been sick though.
You know what I mean?
But it's that issue that like it felt so generic, like that you just have like this random CGI monster.
Like Hellboy just came out of nowhere.
I like I like that it went to hell because it's like I feel like hell is very rarely explored, especially for superhero stuff.
That's true.
But I was really hoping that like that devil thing that he saw in hell would have been like Raven's dad.
That's what I just want to say.
I wish it was Raven's dad.
I thought the end credit scene for
like
this
with the Trigon or something.
I thought the end credit scene for this movie was me Trigon. Like somehow, what?
He didn't know.
What?
I didn't know what the end credit scene was. Right? So I thought the end credit scene was gonna be like this now, like loosened the seal between like Earth and hell, and Trigon's powers now seeping out, and he can now escape. And this would have been like a crazy setup.
Before we get into the end credit scene,
we'll leave the end credit scene to the end. We'll leave that for the end.
But just like quickly on the note of more technical stuff of the movie, the CGI was like CGI VFX, all that like stuff. It was okay.
I thought it was really good.
It wasn't really good. It was okay. It was like if there's like great, and then there's good, and then there's bad. Yeah, it was good.
Like out of 10.
It was like it was like a 6.
No, no. At one
because there were some points where it wasn't good.
I feel like I feel like for the majority of the part it was good, but I think when the demon came out, to me it started feeling like a cinematic gameplay type of thing, But the one thing is they did do the CGI really well with Dr. Fate stuff. So I think in terms of that, that was like a 10 out of 10. Like they killed it.
The one scene where he's chasing the dude in the like on the Eternium bike.
Yeah,
and he's just like basically hitting the NOS over and over, and he's just speeding up, and he's
catching up.
But then you see the camera angle to like become like this, like the way the G forces are like kind of stretching his body. Yeah, that was sick.
Yeah, I agree.
And at that point, I was like, bro, if the kid is in here, he's already dead.
Yeah, no,
I was thinking. And then it was even more sick when because I like that when he crash landed it.
Yeah,
he held onto it so it wouldn't like hit into the ground. Yeah, and then the kid still wasn't in there.
But no,
I was like that. I think was handled nicely.
I was still thinking about that. I was like, yo, even if he was holding it, he'd have to slow the speed down significantly, or the whole bike would have just obliterated in a second. Exactly. There would be nothing left of the bike.
Yeah,
with how fast that they were going,
bro. But the scene where he grabs one of the biker dudes, throws him in the air, and then presses the NOS on the
bike, and it kills him.
That was sick.
I saw that. I was like, no way, he just did that.
Yeah, so sick.
No, that was cool.
Dude, there were like a lot of the
cool
but it's just
a
weird,
lot of the action scenes had like just they were handled so well.
That tech can just like I guess go through walls.
Yeah, it was like the Eternium was letting it phase essentially, like weird shit. And they don't really explain Eternium.
Yeah, they don't explain it.
So it's like it's up in the air type of thing. And maybe they'll explain it later on, like who knows. But it seemed similar to the powers of like the way the villain in Shazam had like a little like dark bluish like a bluish like aura to him, like his eye and stuff. It kind of seemed like similar in that
to
sense.
that. Oh yeah, could be.
Yeah, so I think that's maybe why they went to that.
So on another note, plot. I think
the plot was okay. Yeah,
it wasn't great at all.
Like obviously I'm a little biased towards Black Adam, but like the plot itself, like I felt like it could have done a lot better. I didn't mind that like the Hell guy came and these Army of the Dead things started coming.
No, the Army of the Dead was useless.
Yo, it was. The thing is, the vibe completely changed.
But the way the story, like the way the story, it completed the story in the way where these guys are fighting for Kondak's
like freedom. Right.
So it kind of like in the way like thematically as a story of like them like actually having a hand in the freedom of it.
Oppression.
Yeah.
I liked it in that sense.
But it seemed
I liked it in that sense.
Again, going back to Thor.
Yeah.
The ending of Thor. Where all the little kids get his powers.
Yeah.
Same type of cheesy vibe. When the main kid protagonist is like, everybody follow me.
I feel that.
I'm like, that guy.
I think that
if I see this happening, bro, I'm smacking you.
That's whole, bro.
I know. It's like, what do you mean? We're gonna go kill some people at dead.
Bro, if
I'm going to a Kanye Jay-Z concert.
What do you mean? This is Tri-Beam.
No, that felt like cheesy to me, but in the same way that Shazam felt like a Marvel movie, this kind of tied into that, and like
it felt cheesy in the sense that like I feel like it felt more cheesy the fact that he had to go do the thing.
Yeah.
And then you have this slow shot of like where he's on his skateboard and out of nowhere.
And then also when he was doing that, he wasn't really screaming. He was just talking. And I'm like, who was hearing you, bro?
Nobody. With all those with like superheroes fighting in the background.
Changed from like a X-Men vibe to like more of like an actual like apocalypse.
But I think there was like basically like the splices, in my opinion, the splices of like maybe like a couple minutes where if they had just changed those little moments that like we've talked about already to different like things instead, the movie would just be all around like a 9 out of 10 type of thing.
Bro, they literally went ham. They're like, let's just throw slow motion and everything.
Everything.
Literally everything. I mean, it was dope to see The Rock like pop off.
Everything.
Because that was sick. But sometimes you're seeing slow motion and you're like, why? Why is this?
No. So I never felt
the little kid running with the crowd.
Yeah. Bro, even
when the little kid is on his skateboard,
and he's like behind him, and they're
just like running in slow.
Okay, that's a one time. That's a one time.
There's a bunch of other times too.
There's a few times when like we see Cyclone's power the first time, and it was like nice slow mo.
I like that.
We saw it the second time, it was nice slow mo, and then third time slow mo. I was like, all right, no more.
Stop slow.
Fourth time slow mo. Fifth time slow mo. Sixth time slow mo. I'm like, what's happening?
Yeah.
For Cyclone,
you showed us the power 2 times. It was good enough.
Yeah.
Also,
just show us a blur at this point.
Actually, that's true. That's true.
Yeah.
With Cyclone, there was a lot of those moments where she just slow mo and she's like doing her thing and just chucking shit.
Yeah,
I thought the way she was gonna use her powers was like suck him into up, the tornado,
like chuck him up in the air, and have like Black Adam or someone smash him down.
Not like throw like just. Like random shit at him and not do anything.
Wind at her.
But she's literally throwing like nothing.
Yeah.
Like the force that everything's coming out of, it's
nothing. It's rough.
Yeah.
Like
she's literally
dude.
He's going ham.
No, I think she was underutilized, but they did say that her and Atom Smasher were like green.
Yeah,
I understand. Yeah, so you're kind of like you can understand that they didn't get too much.
And Atom Smasher was like the comedic relief.
Yeah. But I did like his Atom Smasher. Like I like the way he was because even like the comics, like Atom Smasher's not like he's not smart or anything. He's just a big like powerhouse type of thing. So
and like speaking of like comics, like in terms of comic accuracy, I felt like the movie did a pretty good job. I think like so it was on the higher end of like
other
accuracy
ones.
of like compared to like other movies.
Yeah, I believe that.
So like, but like the one thing in comic accuracy that like I personally wanted to see, but like we obviously knew it was gonna happen, was just the pointy ears.
Yeah.
Oh, the pointy ears. I wanted the pointy ears.
It was like, yo, we're not gonna get the hairline. All good, right? Like Rock ain't got no hair. We don't care.
Yeah, fine. That because it would have been hard to do that.
Like it could be like a subtle pointy ear.
Yeah, exactly.
Nothing crazy. Just like a little subtle pointy ear. It would be so nice.
It would have been.
I wanted that too. 100%.
So sick.
Yeah.
Comedy. I thought the comedy was okay.
Yeah.
It's pretty funny. I thought it was funny. I feel like there were moments where I was the only one laughing and nobody else was laughing, and I was just like, damn, man.
Nah, but like I was laughing too, but then like Badla next to me was laughing even harder.
Yeah. Because there was a scene where like they saw Black Adam for the first time and they're just rolling out the windows and nobody's laughing. And I was sitting there laughing because I was like, yo, that's fucking joke.
I chuckled too. I was like, bro, what are they doing? Like rolling up the window just gonna help you?
And the fat guy, like his jokes were like
fat guy killed it.
They weren't like you know
I died by electricity.
Yeah. Like clutch. Like
no, but even the other dude, what's his name? Hawkman was like, hey, me and you.
Yeah. You know, like they didn't like force it.
Yeah.
I'm just so happy they didn't do that. Like
or when he defeats the bad guy, he's like, tell him the Men in Black sent me.
Yeah.
Right? He kept fucking up his lines.
Yeah.
Like this is going off of technical stuff. Yo, that money shot that they give us at the end. With the Rock on the throne. Puts his foot in the point. Because it's a recreation of an art. Either it was like directly from the comic
or whatever.
And like it was the one that he posted when he announced that he was Black Adam. On Instagram.
It's so clean. And I like that he like flew up and then came down and smashed.
He's like, fuck the throne. Like we don't need one, right? We don't need a leader.
I like that he did that.
We need like a protector. We don't need a king. We need a protector or some shit.
Because it kind of drives from that thing where like everyone outside of Kondak feels like Kondak's oppressed, but then the people in there, they love Black Adam and they want to live that. Like, you know what I mean?
Because it's that weird like. Because you have the Justice Society come in, but it's like, yo, where the fuck have you guys been this
exactly
time?
And I like that they addressed that.
Yeah.
You know, because they can't, I mean, at one point you're kind of like, they can't like divide their attention to everything, and they kind of handle things as they can.
But then it also seemed like the Justice Society was like literally 2 members at that point.
Yeah.
Well, Dr. Fate seemed like he was like retired.
Yeah. It didn't seem like they were still like functioning as a group.
It was just Hawkman. He brought in Cyclone, who's new. They brought in Adam.
Because they did mention they had like the old Atom Smasher, so it seems like there's potential for a Justice Society movie where they can still have Pierce Brosnan play Dr. Fate.
Please. I need because I was telling him, I was like, essentially, even though he died, his consciousness could still be in the mask or in the helmet.
Yeah, I mean, they can still use him. Like, they can use him as Nobu.
No, that's what I mean. So the next like wielder of the helmet, whoever it is, he's like his guide, like,
and that'd be sick because having him voice it would be amazing.
Yeah, exactly.
But like, just like going back to it, like I said this in the beginning of the podcast, like nobody's gonna be able to, like, it was such a short period of time. It was just this one movie that Pierce Brosnan gave us. Yeah, and the shoes that somebody has to fill already. Yeah, bro.
No, there was moments in like some of the comics I read where they like Nobu had chosen a different person. Yeah. And this guy's just kind of like he just parties and shit, and like because he has access to everything Nobu has, like a different dimension, and he's chilling in like this mansion and stuff. But then like these girls are like, "Yo, I'll sleep with you," and they just knock him out and they just steal his shit and dip. And you're just like, and this guy's just like this guy's just trash, and you're just like, man.
Well, no, but Zatara also becomes Dr. Fate as well.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. Cool. So then they could essentially have him as like the new, like introduce him and have him become Dr. Fate.
Yeah, I mean, the way I saw it, like I expected Dr. Fate to kind of die here, especially at the beginning when he kept seeing the visions of Hawkman dying. I just felt like immediately that he was.
I was like, yo, he's too OP. Mm-hmm. He's too
exactly,
and then he was very underutilized.
Yeah, in this movie. And going forward with like the other like the DCU, it's like it makes sense that they're gonna. This is a way to write him out and then have him come in when they need him, type of thing. Because it's gonna be like Nobu's gonna look for his next like successor type of thing, and then it's just gonna line up with like whatever happens. Like,
the only thing is like at the end when he's fighting the main bad dude. Yeah. The visual shots of every time he's kicking his ass, and it just zooms out into his helmet, and it zooms out into his helmet again, and you're like, "Yo, this is insane." Yeah, but like,
I loved it.
I felt like he kept using the same abilities. Yeah, like, bro, show us what's in your arsenal. Yeah, exactly.
And I think that's where like the potential. If they do a Justice Society movie, like, I mean, it would have been nice had Black Adam been in there and stuff, and it would have been.
Can I ask you a question? But... Does it feel like going into not Black Adam, when we're watching Black Adam, does it feel like we missed a movie? Particularly when you're thinking about the Justice Society of America?
Kind of.
Yeah, like we should have had like a Justice Society movie.
Yeah, it's one of those things, like, especially for general audience, they'd be like, who the hell is Justice Society?
Yeah, exactly. I was literally talking to somebody today and they were like, yeah, who the hell is Dr. Fate? And I'm like,
man,
you don't even know.
Yeah, no, like it would have been nicer to have a Justice Society movie and have Black Adam play out. And then maybe have another Black Adam 2 where like it's a different type of Black Adam movie and Justice Society is reforming again.
It's just the thing is, it's because DC's playing catch up at this point.
Yeah.
Right? And because they're so far behind, they need to like basically cut corners
in ways.
Yeah, a little bit. They're doing like I guess it still wasn't like, it was still a great movie. Like, I mean, not great, but it was still a good movie where like I'd enjoy watching it again. Like I wouldn't like.
I mean, you're getting a steelbook. Anyways.
Exactly. Like, I wouldn't mind watching it again. Like, especially just for, like, the action scenes and stuff. Like, in Dr. Fate. Like, there's so many, like, things about the movie that were so good where it's, like, it's still worth it.
Yeah. I personally feel like for Dr. Fate, though, they should have shown his magic in a different way.
I think so. Because
his magic was so Doctor Strange.
It did.
Like, the whole, like... Yeah. Like, basically mirror dimension type deal. Yeah. Right? Yeah. The only time he uses magic that's not that is when he shows him a vision of what Kandar used to look like.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. But after that, he's essentially just
when he's projecting his thoughts to Black Adam.
Yeah.
Moments like that too. Like, I'm happy we got to see a little bit of that at least.
Yeah.
And the teleporting. The way they teleported.
Mm-hmm. It's an issue though because you have such a powerful character in Dr. Fate that you can't, like, he's not the main character. You're not gonna show what he can do, right?
And he's too strong for the plot, anyways.
Dude, like when they were fighting, he was doing nothing. Yeah. When Justice Society was fighting Black Adam, he was doing little to like nothing, bro.
Yeah,
that's true.
He was just like, I'm gonna sit this one out.
Honestly, going back to just the way you said, like, it seems like we missed a movie.
Yeah.
I can also see it where like even if they like come out with a movie later on, kind of going into Hawkman's origins or like Dr. Fate, whoever, like if they just have any type of movie going back, it'll be able to, answer that stuff, and it'll still like, I won't feel like it's misplaced. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because you know how like, because I feel like I get comparing it to like Marvel, where like they came out with a Black Widow movie like so later, and you're kind of just like, this is so misplaced. Like you didn't need this at all, because their character's already done with.
Yeah.
This is kind of like, you can do that, watch that, and then when you go back and you like watch like Black Adam again, you'll have like another appreciation for it, and especially if it like ties in with how the characters have been, and there's like those Easter eggs where it's kind of going back and forth.
Yeah. Just getting on track of a little bit of the movie again.
Yeah.
The direction, I felt like it was alright. Like the director and everything, the direction, like he did a good enough job.
I think
to give us
he had some really good shots.
For sure. Yeah. He did a good enough job to give us a good comic book movie.
Yeah, I believe that.
I agree.
There was that moment where like they shot like missiles at him. It explodes. He's not there, and they look to his left, and he's there.
Yeah.
And that's like something like we don't see that specifically.
That felt like a horror movie.
It did, and they were scared, and they're like, "Oh fuck!" And I'm like, "Damn, like that's crazy."
Yeah.
I would also just like say though that like it wasn't anything special, because like this is like I made sure I wrote this note down. The movie felt like it was a fusion of all DCEU movies in one.
Yeah, I can see that.
I felt.
Not all, but I can see that, like,
but like the like good ones, I guess.
Yeah, I get, because I was getting Aquaman vibes.
Vibes.
Shazam vibes.
I got Shazam vibes.
Yeah.
I got the Suicide Squad vibes.
Yeah.
And Man of Steel.
Man of Steel vibes.
Yeah.
Like particularly the Suicide Squad vibes.
Essentially, like the origin stories for each of the DCU,
and
where like I was getting those vibes essentially.
Particularly the Suicide Squad though.
I didn't get an Aquaman vibe from it though.
I was
it was just
especially
like,
even
no
like,
way though.
Just the way that the movie was constructed.
Yeah.
Just, like
the way that there's like themes of like how they do things that like I felt like they literally just almost pulled like I like this from this movie.
Yeah, exactly.
I like this from this movie.
Yeah.
And then they just like fused it together to create one. Because like the whole third act felt like to me what the Suicide Squad's third act was.
Yeah, I can
with the starfish.
Yeah,
like that's what it felt like.
I mean,
to me.
also even just like bringing that dynamic, and it's kind of like a ragtag team, and Aquaman's like
exactly
bad plan's better than no plan.
Yeah,
exactly. That just kind of reminded me of Suicide Squad stuff. In itself, and then also like for the Man of Steel stuff, obviously just because like just the action scenes essentially, right?
Yeah,
the choreography.
Yeah, and then but the ending scene where like we're talking about where he's on the throne and he went up and came back down. When he went up, that reminded me of Aquaman at the end of his thing.
Up,
when he went up, and then they had the shot of that.
Yeah.
That right there, it seemed like they
Bro, the shot.
And it's also because like at the end of Aquaman, like he's like, "I am Aquaman" or whatever. And then this one, it's like, "I am," and then they
Black
cut
Adam.
to it, and it's Black Adam.
But yo, when he rips him in half,
crazy. I didn't expect that. Yeah,
because it's like we don't see that type of shit, right?
Ever.
Like
Marvel could never.
No, hell no.
And honestly, like them mixing every little bit of DC like movie, honestly, like that's not a bad thing.
It's not a bad thing, but
it takes
yeah, I guess you're right in that sense. But it takes away from like the director and his own uniqueness
like
of what he can
ability.
bring. Yeah, because it just felt like he's like Zack Snyder did this. I like that. Patty Jenkins, you did this. I like this. James Gunn, I like what you did here. Exactly. I'm gonna take this.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. I believe that.
The pacing was reliant on action.
Yeah, the pacing was like one of those things where like they kind of, because the story and the plot kind of suffered a little bit, where it was like it wasn't that good.
I felt like
they kind of threw in action to kind of cover up for it.
I felt like because it wasn't written the best and story wasn't the best, they weren't able to have the characters move the story.
Yeah.
Rather, it just ended up being the actions moving the story.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because a lot of the moments are just action moving you into like a next location.
Yeah.
Into the next line or whatever.
I kind of didn't like, I guess, how like the Justice Society didn't have a prior dealing with Black Adam before.
Yeah.
I didn't like that because like
they should have known about him before. Like Nobu should have been like, "Oh yo, I remember this guy."
Because he was brief. Because he was.
But that's not the thing. It's like they don't even show who Nobu is.
Because he's brief. Like Black Adam's briefly a part of Justice Society, and then he couldn't mesh with their ideals because they're kind of like being good, and he's like, "I don't care." Yeah. And then they had to split. And the people that followed
this
him
origin story is different though, right?
Exactly. Yeah. But it was just like one of those things where I was kind of like, man, I wish they had something prior where like why are they so scared of him? Obviously, like Nobu knows some stuff and whatever, but it was kind of just like it would have been better had they had like, oh, like we had a run in with him before, like he's a problem child type of thing.
Yeah.
And then like there's a reason why we're trying to lock him up.
But like, why wouldn't Shazam be a part of this team?
That's the one thing that I thought. I was like, if Amanda Waller wanted to come to anybody to deal with another, like
superhuman
god,
you would pick
the god, right?
What, I guess that's what the post-credit scene was about.
The thing is, but we know that
I mean, particularly Shazam, and it's Amanda Waller. She would already know about 100%. Like who Shazam.
Well, because he already met with Superman, right? At the end of Shazam, he meets Superman, right? So if she's aware of Superman's dealings, she should be aware of Shazam.
Yeah.
But also, wait, this movie, when they say present day, they're not really, you don't really know in the context of the timeline where that's placing them.
It's definitely after Justice League.
Yeah, because I mean, he has like all the fucking posters and shit, which is really cool.
Yeah.
And then he had there was that cool shot with the 1989 like.
He had a Flash poster, he had a Wonder Woman
and
poster.
When they showed like I told him, but when they showed the Flash poster getting cut,
I
thought it was because Ezra Miller is like Flash and they're cutting into the But then they ended up destroying everything. And
he literally punches. He like punches through
like Superman's face.
No, he puts like a lightning through Superman's face.
Yeah.
Like taking direct shots at him.
Yeah.
And he punches through, I think, Superman poster too.
Yeah. But that was funny because like there's so many cameos of Superman where you don't get to see his face. So it's just so funny because like that's another fucking essentially cameo where you don't get to see his face. And I'm like, man, that's actually hurting. And but the collectible thing, I was actually hurt. Like I was just like, man, don't destroy this.
As a collectible, as a collector, I was like,
it was so hurt. And the figures he had weren't bad figures, you know? Like they were nice figures. So it's just man, it's just hurting.
The score.
I think the soundtrack was nice.
What? I liked it.
I thought it was good. I thought that was like one of the things that they did really good.
Was the score?
Yeah, I didn't like it.
Why not?
Damn.
It just didn't feel. A lot of the scenes, I was like, it didn't fit.
Like, was it unique or?
It wasn't unique.
It wasn't.
But then there was also times where I was like, it didn't fit. Like,
are you talking about like Black Adam's like theme song that plays?
No, Black Adam's theme's fine.
Yeah.
It was like the others, like they had the one Kanye.
Power.
I like that.
Power.
I like
I didn't.
But it didn't fit. It
didn't fit at all, bro. I was like, what the fuck?
I feel like they just kind of threw it in there to throw it in there.
Yeah, but it was just like we didn't need it.
He should have done.
I liked it because it was a hype song.
Yeah.
And we were about to get some hype moments.
Yeah.
But then
when it
cut, like when he couldn't get through it and it just stops, I was kind of like, man, like that's not what I expected.
No, I feel like they should have done the other one.
But like.
No Church in the Wild.
Essentially, like reliant on like pump fakes in a way.
They should have done No Church in the Wild.
What's a king to a god?
Exactly.
Yeah,
that's what they should have done.
A king.
Yeah. That's what they should have done instead. Because that would have been perfect for this movie.
100%.
Yeah.
But no, I don't know. The score just like for one, the uniqueness. Like there was like a particular like sound to their score that I was like, I've heard this before.
Yeah.
From a different movie. Like they literally just jacked it from a different movie.
So you feel like this movie really felt like a culmination of like all these other things.
All these like I honestly thought it was a DCEU movie too that I heard the score from.
Mm-hmm.
And it might have been Zack Snyder's Justice League.
No way.
No,
I don't know.
There's no way, bro. Because I mean, I feel like if it'd be able to get a better review going like if once you get the movie and stuff. It's hard to remember like the score kind of going
one view.
Yeah, after one.
No,
view.
but it was just like the one thing that I made sure to note. So when I got home, I wrote these notes.
Yeah.
So then like
I kind of like I half wanted to write notes while we were watching, but then I was like, dude, it's our first viewing. I want to enjoy it like as it is type of thing.
I had a full bag of popcorn. I just fucking
I was like, deep.
Popcorn's hella in your brain.
Yeah.
I gotta help you out. So dialogue. There was some moments of dialogue where I felt like it was too clunky, or the actor just didn't know how to deliver the line, so it just ended up being
for
cheesy.
Black Adam himself, or just everyone.
Everybody.
Okay.
Maybe not.
No, like maybe not Dr. Fate.
Yeah.
Maybe not Dr. Fate. Maybe not Hawkman too.
Yeah, I think both of those are like really dark. Yeah.
And Cyclone, it was more so just like the human characters that they kind of had.
Okay. Yeah. And then a little bit of Black Adam.
And then a little bit of Black Adam, but that's because I felt like...
Yeah, The Rock.
It was The Rock, plus like the way that they tried to write it just didn't fit the character or whatnot.
That's true. There was that one scene where like the kid's like skateboarding and he's running away from these military guys before, like when Black Adam like smashes through the apartment.
Yeah.
And I didn't like that. That was like a scene where I was sitting there where I was just like, man, like this isn't... Because like he should not be getting away from all these guys. And like
no, for sure.
He's like quietly rolling on wheels, like nobody can see him, like... And I was just like, yo, this is so whack. Like, what the fuck?
Like, yo, you didn't think anybody would see you rolling by them?
No, like, it would have been quieter for him to, like, hold it and walk. Like, you're hearing these wheels, like, you know, like...
Yo, they literally gave him a cape, right? Because they're like, yo, you're a superhero now?
Yeah.
has like a United States flag on the back. And I'm like, bro,
Justice Society of America.
Yeah, but like, where were you guys when we needed your help, right? Like, it should have just been a regular cape.
That's so funny.
They just had to throw their logo and shit on it.
But it makes sense. Justice Society
I know,
of
but just give them a regular ass cape.
They're
no
not
need for that extra shit, right?
It was also Adam Smasher, the one that gave it to him. He just looks like an all-American boy.
That's true.
Oh, I do want to talk about the CGI on Adam Smasher. I think that was handled really well. Like in case of the CGI, like
his mask was a rip-off of
Deadpool. I got a Deadpool vibe from it, but I liked that it was like,
and he was like,
they handled it that well.
He gave off that same vibe as Deadpool, like a comedic relief.
In a way, yeah.
The scene where the kid puts up his hands.
Yeah.
Right. He's a tri-beam.
Yeah.
And the like, I guess, statue of Teth Adam falls.
Yeah.
And then Black Adam catches it.
Yeah.
In my head, I'm like, man, only The Rock can have his own back.
Only The Rock.
But it's not even him.
But it's not even him. But no, I know.
Yo,
but I was just like that.
And that was cool because like once you get that reveal, looking at the statue, you can see it looks way more like that character.
Yeah, and when they show that character though, when they show his son in that Shazam,
like when he's older.
Yeah, bro, does he not look like Shazam, but bald?
No.
Yeah, I straight up thought it was that dude, but just bald.
Like Zachary Levi.
Yeah. No, I straight up thought it was him, but just bald.
I don't think so.
I don't think so. That was a you thing. That's just a you thing, bro. Like, in no way you saw that.
I did. That's what I saw.
Okay. Do you want to get into
the end credits scene? George, you want to talk about it? You want to start it off?
I can start it off,
dude.
Too.
Okay,
I can just say what it was right away.
Before we even get into the end credit scene, I remember we're in the theater. I turned to you and I'm like, okay. Personally, I feel like it was like an 8.5, maybe a 9 movie, like just from like because I'm biased for Black Adam in a way.
Yeah.
And then the end
credits. Wait. And same thing with me. Like I turned to whoever's sitting next to me. He's like, "What'd you think?" And I was like, honestly, it's like a 7.5.
Yeah.
And
then the end credit scene happened, and I'm like, that could be a 9. That's a 9. That's a 9.
The thing is, you guys knew about the end credit scene.
Yeah,
right?
we did.
I did. But the thing is, it was always a rumor.
I had no idea. It was never confirmed.
And he was like, I'm not gonna believe it till I see it. And I'm like, I believe, bro. Like, I believe, like, Rock got me, man.
Dude,
Rock
ask him. I'm like, no. I said no way so loud.
Yeah.
I was like, no way.
Yeah, I looked at him. I was like, you didn't know?
Yeah. Dude, I was waiting for that the whole movie where I was just like, when is this? When are they gonna show this? And then they did. So the end credit scene.
So the end credit scene is we see a drone in the sky that comes down to the castle. The castle where the throne used to be, and Black Adam's there because that I guess is like said to be his favorite spot.
Yeah.
To look down, and the drone comes down and it projects an Amanda Waller thing, and Amanda Waller and Black Adam have this conversation back and forth. Not back and forth, more so Amanda just telling him that like, all right, you don't want to be in my prison. Guess what? Your prison now is your country. Mm-hmm. You are now to remain there, and if you step foot outside of this country, like you'll regret it. And he's like, nobody can stop me. I'm the most powerful on this planet. And she's like, we'll see.
Well, and she's essentially like, you mean, she's like, I don't need somebody from this planet, you know?
Well, yeah, she's like, I don't need somebody from this planet, right? And then he destroys the drone. Or she's like, I can call in a favor to get somebody like off planet, like to come in.
Yeah.
And then he destroys the drone. Boom, like the boom that we get.
Yeah, something comes down. And like
we see him walk forward out of the smoke. So bright, saturated red
and blue
and yellow logo on the suit coming out with the curl on his forehead. Yeah. So Henry Cavill back as the Superman.
Yeah, holy shit.
Dude, amazing.
Bro. That brought my like excitement up so high.
High. I was like, no fucking
I swear, like,
way
I turned like so red and like warm and shit where I was just like, he's fucking back.
He's
like,
back.
It was bro.
We've been waiting for think about the amount of times I've sent you some DC related content on Twitter and be like, yo, imagine if Henry Cavill comes back.
I don't know. We've had many, like countless conversations of like the state of Henry Cavill's like Superman.
He needs to, because I felt like, to move the DCEU forward,
You need
him to 100%.
Yeah. And especially with like Ben Affleck kind of like
plays
leaving
it so well.
or not leaving, whatever like, he's
whatever
doing.
state of like suspension that he's in, is
like,
he gonna stay? Is he not?
The way we were essentially losing like Batman, like the best Batman portrayal, or like the look of Batman.
Yeah.
Essentially, and then like the best like Superman look.
He is the best.
It was just Henry like Cavill the way that we're losing both of these like figureheads at the same time, and it was like who's gonna cover? And then obviously Robert Pattinson came in and he's like, I got my shit. But then and this the whole year I feel like there was all this like so many different types of just rumors and
it's been years.
So no, but this year specifically, I feel like there was like
the Comic-Con rumor where he was supposed to come in, and I believe that Comic-Con rumor is still true to this day. But what happened was he got COVID right that weekend of Comic-Con. Yeah. Because they shut down filming of The Witcher season, whatever that they're filming. Yeah. And like that's where like you started tying things together. It's like, okay, there was this rumor wasn't some bullshit. Yeah. He was actually supposed to come. The Rock was gonna bring him out on stage. Yeah. But then, you know, he has COVID, so he couldn't actually pull up.
Personally, like just from like getting the Steelbook aspect, just to see that last like that end credit scene. Like that's enough, bro. That's enough, man. So like that's just fucking crazy.
When he came down, right, and it was smoke, I thought it wasn't him.
You thought it was like Shazam or something?
I thought it was Martian Manhunter.
Oh really?
Yeah, I'm like,
nah. I was waiting. I'm like, let me just see a red boot. Let me see like a red boot or like a red cape or like something.
That's why I said, that's why I said, I was like, that's why I said, no way, so
yeah, that's.
I was like,
crazy.
No way, this is him, bro.
They needed this, bro. They needed this. And like the way it was executed, you didn't need anything more than what they showed.
What they showed, yeah.
Like you didn't need some crazy ass sequence to take
no dialogue, nothing. Like nothing. No fight going on, nothing.
Because Superman comes down, he just goes, "It's been a while since anybody's able to shake like the earth in so long or whatever, right?"
Yeah.
He's like, I think we need to have a talk.
Yeah.
But ends it with that, and then it's just.
And the way I see it going is that Superman's such a good guy.
Yeah. And he's gonna have problems with the way Black Adam has.
No. But I think Black Adam's gonna see that this guy's such a good guy, and that he's been like kind of becoming more good because of this movie. Yeah. That they're gonna see like equal terms. Like I don't think we're gonna see a fight.
No. I think he's still in like a villain arc because he wants to fight Superman. The Rock has said it. He wants to fight Henry Cavill Superman on screen.
Yeah.
And like you can't have him fight Superman without like Shazam.
See, you know what's whack?
So
because The Rock is the one that wants Black Adam fight Superman.
It's happening.
He's not gonna lose.
No, he's not gonna lose.
No.
Black Adam's not gonna lose.
Let me explain to you. Let me explain to you in Hollywood terms how this works.
Because Rock. Hold on, just real quick before you go into it. Because I know like The Rock when he was in like the Fast and Furious movies,
he couldn't lose either.
When him and Vin Diesel were on screen, they literally had somebody count the number of punches each of them were throwing, so that they would both throw the same number of punches for the entire movie.
That's
so that not one person had more than the other.
That's how it works in Hollywood. When you have two big names, actors, big names and big titles, and The Rock's basically bringing up the title of Black Adam, right?
Yeah.
Just because of who he is,
right?
When you have those types of like titles, you don't have one character actually beat the other character in a sense that like Black Adam dies or something, you'll have a moment where it's like
circumstantial
like,
or something.
Like Superman technically won, but it was like
Black Adam.
It was unclear.
Yeah,
it was unclear like, who actually won.
Kind of like the same way they did like Batman versus Superman.
But in there it was clear cut. Batman won.
No. But from the way Superman came in, he wasn't even trying to fight. He was trying to reason.
Yeah.
And it was like the circumstances.
The biggest example isn't even that. The biggest example is actually King Kong versus Godzilla. Mm-hmm. In that movie, you don't actually have a clear-cut winner. Like, obviously, Godzilla, like,
Beast
pummeled him.
But
at the end of the day, a common thing brought them together, so there was no technical winner of that fight.
Right, but then how are they going to do, like, a Black Adam versus Shazam
the thing
with Superman type?
You can have something happen where, like, Superman technically wins, and I know The Rock isn't, like, he has that ego where, like, obviously, he would want to seem close to Superman.
Yeah.
But like, I feel like he also knows his place
and like
respects Henry Cavill himself.
Yeah.
Like as an actor and like what he's done with Superman.
Because there was also that
like
interview.
He would be like, okay, whatever. Like if you beat me, let's just make it like a. Yeah, you
like
beat me, but it's like
it's
like
no, because there was that interview that The Rock had where he's like, I'm gonna be the strongest in the world, but the person who's the strongest in the universe, like. you guys gotta wait to see him.
Yeah.
Type of thing. Like he was
already downplaying.
Yeah, he was already alluding to like Cavill coming back type of thing, and like he knows like his place type of
thing. Exactly.
Right. Like even though Black Adam like in comics has like the magic aspect over Superman.
Yeah.
And like if they do that fight where it's Shazam and Superman versus Black Adam, I can completely see it where it's like Black Adam and Superman are fighting. Black Adam's kind of getting the edge on him, and then Shazam pulls up, and then they beat him. Where it's like, it's kind of like you don't know
a tag team to beat him type of thing.
Yeah, and it's like
you
don't
really
actually
just beat him one-on-one.
People generally in the comics downplay Shazam.
Yeah, Shazam's insane in the like he's actually like
bro, he's strong. OP. Yeah. He's so strong. Like he can lift more than Superman.
I think it's because of the childish nature of him too. Yeah, like
Billy Batson. No, he literally like so Shazam literally lifts a book with infinite pages. So how much does it weigh? Infinite.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like that's insane.
Loki. Actually, yeah.
So just so Amanda Waller says that she can call in a favor to bring Superman in, right?
Yeah.
This is just like a headcanon thing. I think the favor was to Ben Affleck's Batman. Because we can assume that he's come in contact with Amanda Waller.
100%.
She somehow saved him or like something.
Cool. Yeah.
To catch a favor, because like in the comics you have that like relationship where like Amanda Waller and Batman have like that like favor type of thing going on.
I guess even in terms of
but then you have like in the original Suicide Squad, like Batman's there.
Exactly,
right?
and that's what I was gonna say, because they don't, even with the new Suicide Squad, they don't actually say that they're retconning that old one.
Exactly.
That one still exists. Like that's still something that happened.
Exactly.
This is just a whole different team, and that's why like a lot of the people are different. The only one issue I guess is like Captain Boomerang, like why is he in both places and then dies in both places type of thing.
Yeah.
So that's the only issue. But
because then it makes sense too, right? Because at the end of Justice League, they're best friends, right?
Yeah.
Best friends. So it was like, let me call up Batman. Like, yo, get your boy out there real quick. And Superman obviously is gonna listen to Bruce, right?
Yeah.
That was just my headcanon on the thing.
That'd just be cool.
It didn't make sense. It's for the I'm gonna call in a favor. Let me call Superman. That didn't make sense.
That didn't make sense. Because Superman
she's to call somebody.
Yeah, and Superman wouldn't like.
He wouldn't work with Amanda Waller.
Exactly.
But she could call Lois.
No, it's not like that. I don't think it's like that.
That's why I felt like it was a Batman thing. Like, let me call Batman.
Because even Lois, at least from what they've established already, like I don't even think she would know about Amanda Waller. No, she's like a journalist, right?
But Bruce would.
Bruce would.
And like 100%. Amanda would obviously know about Batman, not Bruce, but Batman.
But this is like bringing Superman back into the desert again, right? Because in Batman vs Superman, he was in the desert, right? Right? That's what.
Yeah. But I think this is so dope. Like especially for Man of Steel 2, they already confirmed that Man of Steel 2 is happening.
Yeah.
Prior to this movie,
they didn't confirm it. It's,
sources.
There's like sources are saying that Man of Steel 2 is now in motion.
Yeah. So
but they're also saying that there is some sort of production with Dr. Fate happening, whether it's a TV show or a movie.
No
there's
way.
no
I didn't know about that. That's crazy.
Sick. But who do you guys think is gonna be the villain?
I would really like to see like a Man of Tomorrow.
Because that's what Zack Snyder's plan was, no?
Yeah. I really like Brainiac is obviously like a number one villain.
Brainiac would be sick.
He'd be really
I would
cool.
love if it was Brainiac.
Yeah.
But
okay, overall ratings for this movie.
I'm gonna still stick with my 7.5.
7.5.
Mine's like a 7.5, 8. That Superman scene I was like,
yeah.
Actually, I'm gonna say 8.
I felt like in the way that it reminded me of Aquaman, like just the whole build up and how I felt leaving the theater. I like my ratings the same, like similar to Aquaman, where it's like I think it's like a very good 8.5 movie. Obviously, Aquaman had better like visual effects and shots and stuff and whatever. But I think just that ending scene alone, like it's like I think 8.5 is like a very maybe even like maybe like an 8.3. Like I think it's like one of those things where it can teeter like it's
okay,
there.
Just one little cameo gave him a little.
It's like it could be like 8.7 maybe, you know, like it's
8.7.
Like it's one of the because I got
the range from 8.3 to 8.7 is huge.
No, and that's what I'm saying. It's one of those things where it's like I need to sit down and watch the movie again.
Yeah,
and just just stare at like Henry Cavill for a little bit.
Hey yo, dude on the projector, pause that shit real quick.
This guy's cool. Let me grab the lotion.
Bro, I gotta like inspect it. You know what I mean? Like I gotta inspect his
physique.
Let me see the curl. Let me see the curl, dog. How's that? is it curling the right direction?
Because it's like this movie, like it's like beyond like what the movie did for itself. It's what it did for like the DCEU.
DCEU for sure.
And like that in itself is just like I'm always gonna like appreciate it.
But that doesn't make the score of like the movie in itself. And,
like, but
you know,
objectively
speaking of what the movie did and stuff, like
objectively speaking, I think 7.5 is fair.
Yeah,
I think 7.5 is fair. But I'm saying personally speaking, like Black Adam being like one of my favorite characters, and then
with your biases
and the whole I think like an 8.7 is like really
for sure.
Yeah.
Because like when you do think about it, like the technical aspects of the movie completely lack, and the third act to me was like disappointing, especially with like, you know, it's the same shit that they keep doing.
That's true.
The big CGI villain that comes up
like,
out of nowhere.
Like you can kind of see why the critics gave it that score. I still think like
I still think that
it's too low. I think that critics score is too low.
3 or 44%, whatever they have it at, is too crazy.
Yeah.
Considering Thor: Love and Thunder is at like a 73
or
something.
And Thor: Love and Thunder is way worse.
No way.
Thor: Love and Thunder is way fucking worse, bro.
Thor is garbage.
Shit. I wish we reviewed that shit.
That's what I'm saying. It makes no sense to me. It's like, yo,
they were paid off.
It should be the opposite.
Yeah.
Black Adam should be at like a 73%.
I would say, if critics
score,
if critics even 70? If critics even gave it like a 6 out of 10, 6.5, I can believe
a 65% on Rotten Tomato. I'll take it.
Yeah, I'll take it for sure.
Yeah. But then you get like, Love and Thunder has to come down to like the 40. You know,
100%. Yeah, I told you, man. Thor is a 3 out of 10.
Yeah, but so is Man of Steel. Not Man of Steel.
What?
Whoa! That's not what I meant to say. Whoa! Multiverse of Madness.
Yeah.
This guy got sad room. It's okay.
It's all good.
Yeah. Multiverse of Madness is dog shit too. That one also has a high score.
Yeah, no, but at least what's that like the difference? At least is Black Adam is worth rewatching. Those movies are not worth rewatching at all.
That's what I was thinking too.
And, I feel like if it's a movie that's not worth watching again, it's easily below a 5 type of thing.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Like at least it has rewatchability.
Exactly.
Like, that's the thing that I was saying. Like, yo, okay, maybe they fucked up on like these certain things.
Yeah.
But the fact that you can like sit down in your chair with your popcorn and your drink and just have a good time.
Yeah, like it's entertaining. You're not like even like those things, like those moments with Black Adam, all of Dr. Fate's stuff, like Henry Cavill at the end, like those moments, like even, like it's definitely worth it.
Yeah,
it's kind of like it's almost similar to like the way Spider-Man did their fan service stuff. Like it's almost like it had its problems, but you'll still come watch it again just to see all 3 on screen again.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like it's kind of like that. Obviously, like you know, had its own issues, but yeah.
Yeah. I mean, the DCEU is looking like it's in a way better position.
Yeah.
Another thing is
Walter
Hamada. He stepped down finally.
Yeah,
he's gone. They were waiting for the release of Black Adam.
Yeah.
Before he stepped down, so you could almost say that like the reason why Black Adam was the way it was is because he
probably had no input on it.
Yeah, like Walter Hamada was still the exec at the top.
So who's the exec now?
David Zaslav.
Oh,
shit. He's the guy. That's what I've been repping this guy. David Zaslav's the dude, bro.
See now, bro,
they need a proper direction. I feel like
now we have hope.
Yeah.
I feel like in terms of just like this is what I was saying. This is what I was saying earlier, right? Before like the movie came out, when I was like, I feel like if this movie does well in terms of like the eyes of the DCEU and like Warner Brothers, they should bring in The Rock to be more of like a creative sort of head in terms of pushing narratives of like
I would like that too.
What fans and like what he would want to kind of go.
I think
because I feel like he has a better picture on what we want as fans,
100%.
And like what like how to build a universe. I feel like he kind of has an idea.
The other thing that's like David Zaslav said he wants 6 movies with Henry Cavill. So now that he's actually back, I can see that happening.
Is that 6 including Man of Steel?
Yeah, so it was 6. Like 2 of them are kind of just him like in other movies.
So does this count?
I don't know. This wouldn't count because this is a cameo. This is a cameo.
Yeah.
I'm saying like so 4 movies for sure where it was Man of Steel 2 and potentially 3.
Yeah.
And then another Justice League movie.
Yeah.
And then he wanted a Holy Trinity movie of just Wonder Woman, Batman, and Superman. Like just a focus on those 3.
Yeah.
And then he wanted like one where he comes in with Shazam, like and that type of thing. So where he's in the movie for at least like 15 minutes to 30 minutes where he's in that fight or whatever.
Right.
Yeah. So 6 movies we're essentially guaranteed to see him. As long as he's everyone else is playing ball.
Yeah, it's gonna be interesting.
But I mean, what's gonna happen with Ezra Miller?
Yeah.
So they're recasting him.
There's rumors.
It's already confirmed.
It's not confirmed. It's not confirmed.
No, it hasn't.
There's
the movie's still coming out.
Because I swear they put out a statement where they were like,
no.
So the movie's still coming out.
Let me explain what happened with the Flash. So obviously we had the Ezra Miller shit that he was doing.
Shit show.
They in the background they decided they had three options. They went with the option of having Ezra Miller do a press statement,
fix it up a little bit,
try to just own up to his actions, so that they could get by
really.
just to get the movie out.
Yeah,
and people not overreact the fact that Ezra's still in the movie.
Yeah,
but there's rumors that they're looking for a replacement, and right now I believe the main contender is the guy from 1917.
Yeah. The guy that plays the main character,
right. But he's gonna be Barry or he's gonna be Wally.
Barry.
Probably Barry.
I was looking at it.
Just be a recast.
Dude, I was looking at he sent me the thing, and structurally their faces
are similar.
When he puts the suit on, so he's gonna be the same suit. He looks like him.
Okay.
So they can do it where they keep the suit on and stuff, and they already started with Flash 2. They already started working on it.
Their Flash 2 is already written. From
what I saw, was that they confirmed that they're not moving forward with Ezra Miller. They're gonna finish Flash with him because it's Flash. The movie itself has been through so much.
Massive.
It's been through so much shit, cuts, just so much money that they've poured into it. Where they have to put it out to make some type of money.
Yeah.
So it's just but they did confirm kind of he's done with, because he was also facing charges where he might be in jail for
26 years.
Yeah, 26 years type of thing.
Holy shit.
So. And you can't really have a movie going forward with him.
Yeah,
I'm curious to see what they do with Flashpoint, because the Flashpoint's supposed to bring in Michael Keaton's Batman.
Yeah.
And then you're supposed to have, but then they did the weird thing where I guess Ben Affleck is now replacing Michael Keaton in Aquaman.
Yeah.
So
for those of you guys that don't know, they pushed back the schedules of some of these movies, and the way they pushed it back, they had to film some of the scenes, so it's kind of giving the impression that Ben Affleck's not totally done. Because obviously with Flashpoint, that they're gonna that's where they're gonna change it,
right?
So it seems like they're keeping Ben Affleck in the Aquaman movie and stuff, because before it was Keaton.
So if they do completely cut Ben Affleck, which there's rumors that they don't want to anymore, where they do want to keep him on to at least be sort of a Tony Stark type of thing where he just shows up and does his cameo.
Yeah.
And I heard some rumors that they do want to still do a movie with him.
Yeah.
That'd be nice.
But but then there's this weird Flashpoint shit that's happening where they Keaton, and this is the thing that I keep saying.
Yeah.
Since they did, trash Batgirl, it's vaulted.
Yeah, they discarded it.
They vaulted it. Yeah. They can't touch it anymore. You do have Michael Keaton. Let's do a Batman Beyond storyline.
That'd be insane.
Yeah, you've been saying that for a while, actually.
So long.
That'd be dope.
That'd be crazy. Yeah. Then who's gonna be his
just cast somebody else.
I don't know.
Robert Pattinson.
It could be anyone, but
yeah,
Batman Beyond would be lit.
I'm happy.
That suit is so sick.
So sick.
Yeah, my fandoms are going hard right now. Lord of the Rings is going hard. Star Wars is going hard. DC is going hard.
Marvel's going hard.
MC is going soft. It's going soft.
It's limp.
But yeah.
Anyways, that was our review for the Black Adam.
Yes, sir. Hope you guys enjoyed the discussion.
Hell yeah.
Follow our Twitter at Sane Society. Subscribe to our YouTube.
Subscribe. Go down. Subscribe. Hit the like button. Comment.
We'll get you guys some more stuff.
Share it with your friends. Share it. Yeah. Trying to get bigger out here. And yeah. That's it for us. Peace.